Hello and thank you for choosing Tata Ace EV. In this tutorial, we will guide you on how to build your own load body for your Tata Ace EV, as it offers multiple benefits, including scope for customization, cost efficiency, and tailored features, while ensuring compliance and branding opportunities. So, let's get started. Safety is paramount, so remember to adhere to the manufacturer's guidelines throughout this process. To kick things off, ensure your Tata Ace EV is adequately prepared. Check that it has at least 40 to 50% charge. You can find this info on the SoC display in the instrument cluster. If you're planning for long-term storage, follow the provided instructions. Don't forget to remove the ignition key. Secure the Tata Ace EV in place by applying the parking brake lever. Moving right along, proceed to disconnect the low voltage battery. Make sure to remove the negative terminal only and insulate the terminal. The battery should stay in its original place. Next, it's time to disconnect the high voltage system. Activate the emergency switch conveniently located below the DNR dial inside the cabin by pressing the switch inside. Now, disconnect the load body electrical connectors, which include tail lamps, reverse lamps, registration lamps, R-pass and other electrical aggregates on the tail skirt panel. Take extra care not to damage any harness clips during this process. Remove the tail lamps, reverse lamps, registration lamps, and R-bars from the flatbed load body. To access the charging port cover, open the charging port cover flap. Remove all the marked screws, which are 7 in number, and clips, which are 4 in number. It's time to remove the flatbed load body from the vehicle. Loosen the mounting nuts, which are 10 in number, on the frame, and carefully remove the flatbed load body. Pay special attention to avoid any damage to the HV and LV harnesses, coolant hoses, HV components, and maintain sufficient clearance. Body building or container assembly should be done separately on the flatbed. Welding and assembly should be carried out at a different location, not on the Tata Ace EV. Once your body building or container assembly is completed, it's time to reassemble it on the chassis. Replace the nuts with the recommended torque values. Remember, no welding operations should be done on the vehicle. Assemble the tail lamps, reverse lamps, registration lamps, and R-bars on the container and connect all electrical connections properly. Reattach the charging port cover by following the same steps in reverse order. If needed, use a high mount stop lamp on the rear tail door aperture of the fabricated container and connect the container lamp with its harness. Consider providing a wind deflector for better performance. Now, release the emergency button to connect the battery pack and turn the ignition on and off 3 times and wait for 30 seconds for the Tata Ace EV to function. Connect the negative terminals of the LV battery. It is essential to avoid any modification to the original equipment. Electrical wiring, fuses, electrical equipment, brake connections, brake piping, frame modification like chassis extension and other chassis components to ensure optimum and trouble-free performance in operation. Never perform any taping or cutting of the wiring harness. Use only standard quality materials for any accessories. Use the 5-volt connector provided on front cross member inside the front dashboard, and do not drill holes in the chassis long members or extend the chassis frame and long member. You can use your Tata Ace EV for wide range of applications such as e-commerce, LPG, two-wheeler transport, milk transport, high deck, tipper. For tipper application, please use a protection cover with an application subframe above the battery pack for protection against acidic water and high-pressure jets. Bodybuilders should adhere to the attached dimensions for mounting any application on the Tata Ace EV chassis. Ensure that the mounting pads are correctly aligned during reassembly after container or body fabrication. By following these steps and guidelines, you can successfully build your own load body for your Tata Ace EV. Always ensure safety and be in compliance with manufacturer recommendations. Happy building!